sunshine, I want rain. I want love, I want the pain. Shimmy up, gon' say my name, cause it don't feel the same when you're not around. The feelings come out. I wish I could say that I figured it out. Got my head in the clouds when I'm feeling down.
Good morning, my sweet little angels. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited and so happy today. I am finally back in my home in Ljubljana. I just made the best avocado toast I've ever made. I'm gonna post a reel on my Instagram of like the recipe, so I'll link that down below. And it snowed, so it's just all good vibes. I'm very happy. I really hope you guys are doing really well as well. If not, I'm sending you my hugs and kisses and a little bit of sunshine, and I'm hoping that this video will like inspire you and motivate you because we're finally starting the new year content. I absolutely love the new year. It's like a time for reflection and for just doing like a life audit and seeing what's working, what's not working, what you want to change moving forward, how you want to intentionally move into the new year. Like, it's my favorite time of the year, probably. Today we're starting off with reflecting. In my perfect world, at the end of the year, someone would hand me like a pie chart of like, this is what you spent most of your time and energy on. This is how you wasted your time. And this is how you were successful in these sort of areas of your life. And then I would like, it would all be so clear. Obviously no one can hand you a pie chart, unfortunately, but we're gonna get close. I also created a Notion page where you can see all of these journaling templates, all the other things that I'm gonna share. So I'll link that down below and you can just use the template, or you can, you know, do it in your journal, whatever you wanna do. But I thought that would be helpful for you guys. So let's get into the video. Alrighty guys, so one thing that I always remind myself before I get started with any sort of reflection, exercises, prompts, is that this is not about perfection. I am not a machine or a robot, and this is not a time for me to criticize myself and reach all these standards that I think I need to be happy or successful or liked or worthy or whatever it is. Happiness can be very simple, and once you know what works for you and what doesn't, it's so much easier to work towards being happy and being in love with your life. This is what these reflection exercises are for. They're for us to see what worked and what didn't work, not to criticize ourselves, but to be like, okay, these are the changes that I can make moving forward so I can be my happiest self. Alrighty guys, so I've planned 3 main categories that we're gonna go through, and I'm gonna be sharing the prompts with you, and I'm also gonna be doing it in real time. So feel free to like get your notebook out and do this with me. You can share your reflections in the comments. I would love to read them. The first one, which we're gonna start with, is all about reviewing our 2021 goals. If you didn't set those, that's totally fine. Just move on to the next 2 exercises or categories. You can do both of those without having set any goals. But if you did set them, just make sure you have your goals in front of you so you can answer these questions. So which goals did you accomplish? And I'm also gonna write a number out of all of my goals. So out of my 11 goals, I have completed 6. And then the next question is, which ones you didn't accomplish but aren't important or relevant anymore? I wanted to put this question in here so you can see a lot of the times we set so many goals and a lot of them are really not that important for us. For me, one of those was I wanted to go on 1 trip per month, and I just don't care about that. So that's just not something that I want to focus on at this point in my life. Which ones you didn't accomplish but are important to you, and why didn't you accomplish it? So this is going to give you a lot of insight into how you can maybe change the way you set your goals so that you do accomplish them. So for me, for example, I wanted to learn how to do handstands, like really cool ones, and I didn't do that. I also had a revenue goal, which was like a really big goal. And that is something that is very important and I want to really focus on in 2022. But the reason I didn't achieve it is that I wrote down this really big goal, which at the beginning of the year felt so far out of reach, and then I just didn't focus on it because it felt like it was too much, you know. I was sort of like almost scared of it. So that is going to be like my biggest goal for 2022, and I'm really going to break it down and like track it and give myself rewards, and we're going to just transform how we set those goals.
Okay, next up is a coaching exercise called the Wheel of Life. Here you have a circle broken down into 8 categories of your life, and what you need to do is to color in how satisfied you are in each category from 1 to 10. Once you've done that, you're going to mark where you want to be at the end of the year in each category. This exercise is really simple and it gives you a lot of clarity of where you are versus where you want to go, which is really going to help you to set goals later on. You can find this exact one in the Notion page, or you can also just Google the Wheel of Life and you'll find a bunch of different ones.
This is incredible. Like, I really recommend doing this to everyone, and I will start doing it quarterly just so I can kind of tell how things are moving, which areas I want to improve in. So for me, there are a few areas that I'm very happy with. So those areas are home, relationships, hobbies, play, passions, and then emotional and mental well-being. So those are the areas that obviously I'm still going to continue nurturing. Those things are still very important to me, but I won't have any goals in those categories, and it won't be like the main focus of where I put my extra energy and attention towards, if that makes sense. And then I have 4 categories, which you can clearly see because the number that I colored it in towards and then where the dot is like there's quite a bit of space. So it really, like, it's a very visual way to just see what's going on and what you want. So for me, the categories that I really want to focus on and really work towards are career, finances, habits and routines, and physical well-being. So a lot of my goals this year are going to be towards my career and finances, and then I will also start a new habit towards being more physically healthy and working out. I've already been sort of brainstorming goals that I want to set for 2022, and I wrote down so many, and this really gave me so much clarity to see what is actually really important and what I actually really want to focus on, because I want to just have a couple of goals, like 4 or 5, and really like attack those. The last category is going to be a bunch of journaling prompts. So either take out your journal or you can answer them straight on Notion. So I'm just gonna read all of the journaling prompts and I'll give you a little pause thing so you can, write them in. And then at the end, I'm just gonna share a few of my answers. The first question is, what has been my biggest time waster this year? What is one thing I think drained my energy the most? Which habit that you could have started would have made all the difference? Which changes am I most proud of? What were my greatest accomplishments this year? What was my greatest lesson of 2021? How am I a better me today compared to who I was at the beginning of 2021? How is my life different from the beginning of 2021? Which milestones did I reach? What really worked for me this year? Last but not least, looking at all of your answers, what has this year really been about? Alrighty guys, so I am done with my journaling prompts, and I thought I would just share some like golden nuggets that I discovered while I was doing this. First of all, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I feel like a lot of the times we don't reflect back on what went right and what we actually accomplished, whether it was big or small. So just even answering those questions of which changes I'm most proud of and which milestones that I hit, it really is just like, wow, this year has actually changed me and my life a lot. Even if initially I thought that, you know, there wasn't much that happened that was really like astonishing. Doing this exercise really makes me feel like, oh my god, what a great year. I've really done so much, and that feels really good and really motivating to, you know, keep going and keep creating the life that I love. It's very motivating to reflect, but it also makes you see a lot more clearly. Like, all of these exercises make me realize what is working, what is not working, and what I want to improve moving forward. For me, my biggest like time wasters and the thing that drained my energy the most was just like constantly starting a new thing and then doing this and just having my focus be very scattered. And I, towards the end of the year, started learning how to commit, and I have some commitment issues. So for me, like, choosing one thing to just focus all my energy on, that is like very, very scary. So I kept running away from that and choosing so many different things that I would do for like a hot second and then move on because I got bored or scared or whatever it might be. So I started learning this at the end of the year through therapy. Thank you to my therapist. And that made me realize that my main intention for the new year is focus. Like, I really want to scale down where my energy goes, and I want to really focus on the things that I choose. And I want to really think about what I'm choosing. I want to be very intentional about it. So my like word for 2022 is focus, which is like really, really good to know. It's very helpful when you're then setting goals and habits to have all this knowledge. And it also, I feel like you get to know yourself a little bit better when you do these sort of big reviews and reflections. Alrighty guys, so that is it for this video. I feel so good and I'm so ready to like start setting habits and goals for the new year, which we're gonna do in the upcoming videos in this series. But thank you so much for watching this. I really hope it was helpful. Check out the Notion page if you want to have all of this in one place. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys really, really soon. Have a really nice day. Bye.